Hello Linux fans and welcome to Linux Quest. So we've got a new LQ poll. This is poll number 4. What is your favorite Linux distro? And I got to hand it to you all because it was an amazing turnout as far as comments are concerned. 132 comments. So that's the most comments we've had for any poll. Over 2 days we've had 389 votes at the time of this recording. And I look forward to reading through all 132 of your comments. Now, most of you kept it short. I did enjoy seeing your reasons for why you voted for your favorite distro. Now, this one's a little difficult too because, let's take Ubuntu for example. You've got many spins of Ubuntu, many flavors of Ubuntu. So, to tally that all up. But you made me work in this one because other comes out on top. And the reason we had to put a choice here of other which is at 40% now, is because you only get 5 options within YouTube when you're setting up this type of thing, this type of poll. So with that all said, I kind of went through and chose some of the more well-known distros. I'd love to have an option to put 15 or 20 in here. I think that would make the metrics a little bit more accurate. There's nothing scientific about this. This wasn't meant to tick anybody off or to mislead anyone or anything like that. But it's certainly interesting, and once again, it's been surprising because there are some numbers here that I just simply didn't expect to see. But this is your vote, this is your information, and this is your feedback. This helps others. I think it's interesting, and it's absolutely a blast to interact with you this way and to kind of get this feedback. So with that all said, let's jump right in, and we'll take a look at what all you guys decided to list here. Okay, real quick, just a little business here. So for many of you, you were asking where you could go to vote. So if you go to the main landing page here of the Linux Quest YouTube channel, you'll see your tabs here, Home, Videos, Playlist. Click on the Community tab, and that'll take you in and allow you to place your vote and your comment. So I just wanted to take care of that business before we jump into things. All right, so we've got some numbers here to cover. Out of 389 votes, again, we had a list here of some of the more well-known distros. That's not discounting other distros. There's fantastic distros that aren't on this list. Hundreds of them probably. But we had to list a few, and then you had your choice of other, and that's where the fun begins. So Ubuntu came in at 16% out of, again, 389 votes. Manjaro came in at 20%, and poor Fedora only came in at 4%. That's one of the numbers that really surprised me. That's not what I expected. I expected to see probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10-12% for that. Linux Mint came in at 21%. So if you were to just look at the votes placed for those 4 distros, Linux Mint would eke out a win here at 21%. Again, not scientific. It's not saying anything. Then it gets really interesting when you jump down here to Other, add your choice here. Now, not sure what's up with this again. We had comments held for review. I had this on the last one. So, basically I have foul language blocked on the channel. So if you're someone who jumped in and, had to throw in lots of language to get your point across, maybe that's why you're being blocked, but it's not showing up. So for whatever reason, there's an issue. Now, I'll go ahead and I posted a photo, and there were some comments on that. So we're actually going to go to this first since there's 9 comments. People started kind of making their comments here. And Sid the Geek popped off with Android. That was sneaky, Sid the Geek. Very sneaky, but hey, that's your vote. And, we got to face it, the Linux kernel's involved there. So there you have it. Jason Douglas came in with Antergos. And Y Hans, you came in with Manjaro. Dread Guy came in with Solus. Addy VD, you came in with KDE Neon. I was about to totally make up a new distro there, but that was my vote also. Cantor, you came in with Linux MX or MX Linux 17.1 to be specific. Dimitri, you came in with I switched to Linux. I was considering Manjaro a lot, but ended up with Fedora KDE. Interesting choice there. Would you recommend me to try Manjaro, or is your choice good enough? Well, let me put it this way. In a simple word, Dimitri, absolutely try Manjaro. I would suggest Manjaro as well as maybe something like Linux Mint. If you like KDE, you could go with Manjaro KDE. That would get you into the Arch side of things. It would also open up your availability of software where Fedora can somewhat be limiting. It's not really fair. I mean, you can get RPMs everywhere. But anyway, yeah, definitely try it. Basel Korj, I apologize. Again, I'll just go ahead and say this now. If I mess up your name, my apologies. I'll do my best. Your vote was Oh Boy, and I have never tried that distro. I'm kidding, of course. But anyway, thanks for that. And MGFY, we'll leave it at that. You've got a vote up here, I believe, in the list. So that was all for this post here, just telling you that the new poll was coming soon. All right, now I want to pull up some numbers here. So I went through under Other and started counting. Now this isn't every distro that was listed, but you'll see here some of the more majors with more numbers went in and tried to do some counting. Maybe I'm off by one or so. And this was at 5:15 when I counted these. So if you jump in at 7 o'clock and there's 3 more votes for Antergos, you know, don't come back and say, hey, Rob, your math skills are poor, which they are. But, you know, anyway, so I'm counting at 5:15. So Antergos got 7. Arch Linux in general had 6. Manjaro had 17. And that's where things get a little crazy when you do something like this, because you have a base. You know, let's take Debian, for example, and that's where you have other distributions built off of that. So how do you count all of that? You know, I'll leave it up to you. You can certainly come over here and kind of read through yourself and see. But it's the same way with Arch. You know, you've got Arch, and then you've got Manjaro, for example. So, you know, built off of Arch. But nevertheless, Arch Linux came in with 6, Arch Linux General, Manjaro 17, Solus came in strong with 11, and I expected to see several votes for Solus. OpenSUSE came in with 5. I really expected to see a little more out of that. Debian came in at 6, KDE Neon came in at 6. Ubuntu, and I put Ubuntu X because you've got, you know, all the flavors of Ubuntu. So that came in with a total of 11, and then Linux Mint came in with a total of 12, and then MX Linux, which is very popular in this group, popular with you viewers, came in with 7. So, and then we'll read through. There's several others that are listed in here as well. So let's jump over to that, but just wanted to share those numbers. And this is where you made me work. So good job. Good on you. All right, 132 comments. Here we go. If I pass out live on video, you'll know why. I've run out of breath. So Hombre's Ghost, you are using Antergos right now and you like it. So that was your vote. Thank you very much. Box Spring, Debian, thank you very much. Brian Erbacher, you came in with Antergos again, and Antergos is certainly right up there. It's one of my favorites. Desktop Chronicles, I need to check you out here. There's probably several of you with channels that I just am not aware of. You came in with Arch Linux. Flexibility was your guess. Linux user, Arch Labs, an exclamation point there. You just recently installed it on your main. It runs fast, is configurable, and up to date. So definitely something to keep an eye on there if you've never looked at Arch Labs. Austin Huffman, you came in with Antergos. Again, Arch Linux is far more of a learning curve, but pays off when you need to do something. The wiki is to die for. So thank you, Austin. Andrew, thank you for your vote. You came in with Antergos. Linux Mint from Pacific Tim, you said it just works. The Market Anarchist, you came in with Solus or Arch Linux, including Antergos. So both are very polished and fun to use. You distro hop between them every couple of months, and I feel you, man. I know what it's like. Ray Lowe, you came in with Ubuntu. Ubuntu Mate has been my go-to for about a year or so. Your second choice would be Peppermint, and there were a couple of votes for Peppermint in here for sure. Human Being, your vote was Ubuntu Mate or Mate. Michael Porter, you came in with Solus. I just love it. Hey, man, that's all you need. Just, if you love it, you love it. Pradesh, I apologize. You came in with Arch Linux, so thanks for your vote. Dimitri Z, you came in with Arch Linux. Thank you very much. Kumar, you came in with Ubuntu. You should have gone with your own distro. Yes, you should. How could you not vote for / man? But you go on to say it's nothing more than a UI and some apps aside of Ubuntu. Ubuntu is super cool, building off of Debian. It really gets deep with device support and security updates. There may be some flaws in the system, but they can easily be fixed. So, but hey, man, go back and change your vote to / Reg, you came in with Solus. Patrick, you came in with Debian. It feels like a clean slate that you configure to your needs. And I get you there, and I think some Arch users kind of feel the same way. They can just kind of build it up from there. And I would say so about KDE Neon as well, because it's such a minimal distro, you can just kind of build it up. Heechee Fox, you came in with Kubuntu. There were several for Kubuntu in here. Fire and Forget. So thank you for that. Mehmet, you came in with Elementary OS. So I think we had a couple more in here for Elementary. Thanks for your vote. Noah Adams, you came in with Manjaro. Let's see here. GY0 or GYOZOK. Forgive me, please. MX Linux and Debian, it's stable and works with XFCE. It works very well on your hardware, AMD and NVIDIA. So MX Antics community is great and nice. So thank you very much. And let me try the... Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't pronounce it. GYOZO. So if someone could spell out that pronunciation, I would appreciate it. Joe Melo or Melo, Kubuntu, fast, stable, with all the features you need. Awesome, Joe. Thank you very much. Panks103, you came in with Manjaro XFCE. You're a longtime user of Linux Mint, but you felt like it was outdated. Well, the software was outdated, and it made you switch to Manjaro, and you're loving it so far. So that's great to hear. Cats Dogs, you came in with KDE Neon. Yes, awesome. FinDriver, so this was one that I didn't expect to see and haven't looked at this in a while. Void Linux. So thanks for your vote. Wire Sniffer, you came in with Ubuntu because it's simple, lightweight, and looks good, and that it is. Mr. Rosansky, I apologize, I'm not going to try your first name, so you're going to be Mr. Rosansky. Linux Mint for years now, and it gets better and better every time. You have tried others, but you always get back to Mint when the job has to be done, and I think there are many Mint users who feel that way. So thanks for your vote. John, you came in with KDE Neon. John Geldrick, KDE Neon. Thank you for your vote. Chuck Harrington, Solus. It fits your workflow. Clifford, my friend Clifford, how are you? You came in with Ubuntu. You're currently running Xubuntu. The whisker menu and the panel versatility along with Ubuntu stability, a winning combination. And man, I love the whisker menu. You're so right. And the taskbar, how you can go in and customize that as well. So very nice within XFCE. So thanks, Clifford. Ashish Patel, you came in with Linux Mint. It just works and is easy to keep updated and working without any issues. And you haven't had an update break anything. And that's always nice. So MGFY, you came in with Debian. That was your choice. And its many flavors. And there again, that's what we were talking about. There are so many flavors based off of Debian. Last night, Nico. Last night, Nico, you came in with Manjaro so fast. You use the GNOME version, and it recognizes the buttons on your mouse, and you are able to reassign your media keys, while other OSs failed to do that. Let's see here. Let's go on without you needing to install the configuration software. Also based on Arch, so it's great. And, that's the thing about Linux and the mini distros. You may find one that works great with your hardware, or your external hardware, say your keyboard and your mouse, if you've got something, let's say involved with gaming, for example, and, from one distro to the next, it may or may not work with what you've got. So therein lies the benefit of having, so many choices, I guess. Manjaro from Swarthy Plinker. I can't say that name enough. Swarthy Plinker. Thanks for voting again. Manjaro, in my experience, it is about as simple and reliable as an Arch-based distro can be. You were skittish about using a rolling release as your main OS when you first tried it, but you've had no problems, so that's awesome to hear. Thanks for your vote. Richard Addison, you came in with Neon. Yes, sir. A man after my own heart. He knows what he's doing there. Eric Adams, we had one for Pop! OS. I was trying to think, I don't think we had another vote for Pop, but good to see that one in there. Thomas Meyer, you had KDE Neon. Flawless so far. So very good, Thomas. Thanks for that vote. Augusto Marquez, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing the last name properly. You came in with Fedora, and I loved your response here, my lady. That's your lady, man. That's your love. I get it. Only Mafia 1, you came in with Arch. Thanks for your vote. Rafe 4EL42, Linux Mint. Thank you very much. Z10IK, you came in with Manjaro. You like it because it's a rolling release. Daryl Natal, you came in with Sabian. And then, you know what? That's like, I think maybe two people. And then I looked at that and I thought, it's been so long since I've tried anything related to Gentoo. And you go on to say here, the Gentoo purists are going to go crazy, but you've never had any trouble with it. Although you do suggest reading the First Steps wiki. So thank you for your vote. DUCANHVU. You came in with Ubuntu and Ubuntu Mate. They work very well, or Mate. They work very well. Scott Nickel, you came in with MS-17. Nice tools. Absolutely, their built-in tool set is fantastic. Sinan Namur, Solus, and Arch. So thank you for your vote. Triangles. I need to say that with more excitement because you've got all those exclamation point. Triangles. You came in with Debian. Basically, Ubuntu counts too, I guess. And you're right, that's kind of where things get a little skewed. Since I only use Linux for servers, and it's just perfect for that. Skylion. I love that tagline there. Skylion. Your choice would be Magia. And I'm probably not even pronouncing that properly. That's just what I've always called it, Magia. It has a really customizable installer and decent control center. It is really stable and fast and has a ton of packages, including every piece of software you personally need. While it doesn't have a large company behind it or some amazing features like some other distros, it does have everything you'd expect from a Linux distro. So very good, and the feedback on that is good. So Jeff XD, you came in with Arch Linux. Thank you very much. DG, you came in at Linux Mint. Z Williams Dev, Fedora. So another Fedora fan. I was surprised that Fedora came in as low as it did. All right, we got a few more here. We're rolling on. So let's keep on going. Now I've got to come back up. Joe Johnson. So you came in with MX Linux. It is the best. Install it and it works. MY Tools, maybe you meant MX Tools, but okay. My Tools makes it My Tools makes it easy. It was because of Manjaro that I'm using MX Linux. So you go on to say, how can you have the worst Linux distro on that list, which is Manjaro, when its developers are liars along with the whole rotten lying community? And Joe, I take it from reading this and a few of your other comments, you've had some issues with Manjaro along the way, and I hate to hear that for sure, but your vote is MX Linux. Alice, you came in with Manjaro. ATI 7186, you came in with Sparky, then Q4OS, and then Debian, and then Duvan, and then Puppy Linux. So thank you for your vote there. So Sparky, one for Sparky. All right, so Anthony A., you threw me a curveball here with Parabola OpenRC Edition. I had to look that up. I knew I'd seen the name, but you go on to read here, or I go on to read here what you said, which is because it doesn't have System D, is FSF endorsed, and it's based on mainstream Arch Linux, which has lots of documentation information online, and that it does. Thank you, Anthony. So Adam York, you came in with KDE Neon. Yes, another smart one. You like it a lot. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. But for you, it's Kubuntu for the win. Okay, so you had me there. You came in with KDE Neon, and then you go on for your vote of Kubuntu 1804. You say it's the perfect mix of a complete Ubuntu LTS base with KDE 512 ATS solid. So thanks for your vote, and you got me. Shane Thomas, Ubuntu Budgie 1804. The applets like Caffeine and QuickNote, along with an Ubuntu base, offer up a complete package for productivity and a welcome modern twist. Thank you, Shane. Stefan de Groot, and I was told how to pronounce that. De Groot, perhaps. Anyway, I messed it up the first time, probably messed it up this time. Your vote, Stefan, was Manjaro, stable so far, rolling release, all the software available via simple package manager, including the lovely AUR. You didn't say lovely, I'm calling it lovely because it's great. Neiman, Wichtiges, your vote was Ubuntu. Since Mint KDE died, it's definitely Kubuntu. And I've got to say, Mint KDE was sweet. And why they did away with that, I just don't know. But anyway, so your vote is Kubuntu. The only Plasma desktop, or only the Plasma desktop, can be configured to really fit certain high DPI screens. I only wish that there was a PPA that includes the most mature point release of each Plasma version, 13.5, 14.5, etc. And keep up the good work, Rob. Thank you very much, and thanks for your vote. Pez, P-E-Z, Pez. Your choice was Antergos paired with KDE Plasma. Excellent choice. For a long time, that was my #1 distro. Peter Jansen, and I want to make sure we're not, nope, we're good. Peter Jansen, Manjaro. Sorry, this comment is going to be on the long side again. No problem, Peter. All right, so we'll get through some of this, Peter. You're right. I doubted between Manjaro and Arch. Given the Manjaro is based on Arch, maybe Arch should get the credits. Then again, Manjaro makes Arch accessible to many more users and improves the stability. In theory, I vote for Arch Manjaro because of the following reasons. All right, we're going to go through this quickly, Peter, but again, for someone new, please take a look at what Peter, we read through some of your previous polls, Peter, and you've got some excellent points. So I highly recommend, if you're new, this is good feedback. This is kind of the real world feedback you can get from users. No monkey business with adding repositories, and I've just got to skip quickly here, Peter. Well-documented wiki. This is priceless for a distro, and you're absolutely right. For completeness sake, it certainly isn't perfect. Two problems which you had in Manjaro. After a few updates, your browser changes the green highlighting color of the standard because Windows uses that blue highlighting color. It's not a big deal, but personally, you like consistency. And let's see here. Look and feel menu of KDE for the equivalent of XFCE. You got a weird suspension bug. So you're talking about that. To hide the title bar, you can't or couldn't. It might have changed after KDE was updated. So you did it, or you couldn't do it via the GUI in the system setting menu of KDE. And let's see here, moving on down here, Peter, you appreciate the package managers, but you miss the option to select components which you don't want to be updated. So you've got some you want to skip over, you don't want them to update because you don't want to risk the instability of the system, or you don't want to use it. It also would be nice if you could configure the number of old versions of update which are stored in the cache folder. You can do it easily via the CLI, but the point of Manjaro is to give the power of Arch to noobs. Yes, it is, and I think they do a good job of it. So you like Manjaro, but you may go full Arch in the future, and there's many Arch purists, Peter, who would just encourage you to do that for sure. So let's see here. Nope, we're going to keep rolling. We're not through them all. Andre Martins, you went with Fedora. You're running Fedora KDE Spin now, but you ran Manjaro for over a year, and you like it for the AUR. Many people do. However, lots of packages don't work there. You know, and I have found that more and more. There's many packages. Anytime I've gone back to Antergos, there are packages in there that continue to fail more than they used to be. So Manjaro start booting lots of times, completely irregularly due to graphic driver problems. You know, one of the reasons I haven't run Manjaro in some time was I would get instability issues, not right off the bat. It would be great after, you know, the first week of install, but then I would run into weird issues. You know, maybe go back and revisit it soon. All right, Colin, my friend. Hey, I want to just give a shout out here to PCTLC. Go check out Colin's channel. He is releasing more and more Linux content, so shout out, Colin. Linux Mint was your vote. Rock solid, stable, always works, and very user-friendly. I think I was just over on your channel, and you're doing some things with Peppermint right now, so keep up the good work. USB Tux, you went with Arco Linux, and I would definitely give a big thumbs up to Arco Linux, and there's a lot of work going over there by Eric, tutorials. If you're new and you're someone wanting to look at things on the Arch side, Eric over there, go to Eric's channel. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank, Eric. My apologies. But just start digging into Arco Linux, and you're going to see lots of videos explaining how you do things within that distro. Serge, you went with Gentoo for the best package manager and its powerful tools. That was a curveball for sure. Did not expect that, but you got 2 thumbs up there on that. Horace, you went with Solus. Jonas, you went with, let's see, Bingtonson. Okay, Jonas, I apologize. Bengtsson. Ubuntu Budgie for your vote. You have had it now for 8 months, and it has really grown on you, and you really like Budgie. I agree. Budgie's very nice, simple, clean, and easy to use. You've been testing other Budgie, Manjaro, Solus, etc., and Ubuntu Budgie is slightly better for you. So very good. And Jonas, thank you for your vote. All right. So Rohit Sekar, Sekhar, your vote was Linux or Arch Linux. So thank you very much. You like the configurability, the bleeding edge packages, awesome like-minded community, the excellent wiki with documentation, and by the way, you use Arch. So thanks for your vote. Steve Winkler, you went with Peppermint. And I know that's a distribution that's got, you know, its own loyal following for sure. And Frank392, you went with Arco Linux, so another vote for Arco. Run with the Dolphin. If you'd have come in here and voted for anything other than MX and Antics, I'd have had to message you and say what's going on with you. So thank you so much for your vote. Tony Verizon, you went with Antergos XFCE. Fast, up-to-date, customizable, good-looking, and works well with your older machines. Water Molecule, you went with KDE Neon. So I know that Water Molecule is smart because you voted for KDE Neon. Rejoy, you went with Elementary. I think we only had like maybe 2 votes for Elementary. Kenneth Batchelor, you went with Solus OS. Thank you for your vote. Randomizer, you would say Q4OS. So thanks for your vote. And we've got Alejandro Vargas. You went with Magia. Mr. Singit, Singit, you went with OpenSUSE 15. Thank you. Or OpenSUSE, whichever you prefer. Bonnie Ahmed, you went with Slackware. So Bonnie, thank you very much for your vote. Let's see here. Are we getting back up to where we were? Yes, we are. We're there. So Tushar, you went with Peppermint as it is the stage and fluent Linux OS. And then we have, let's see here. Did we get there? MCSE, let's see, SE Port. You went with Gentoo, Sabian, excuse me. So we had another vote there. That was 2. And then Sylvan Duford, we went with Manjaro KDE for you, the only distro that works flawlessly on your HP laptop. Mint 19 doesn't come back from sleep. Fedora 28 doesn't shut down properly. So thank you very much for your vote. And we'll keep going here. We're not quite there yet. Emma's Google account, you went with Deepin. It's beautiful and functional. So thank you very much for that vote. Let's see here. Nils, Niels Roetert. You went with Ubuntu Budgie. So another vote for Ubuntu Budgie. Benno van den Bosch, you went with Zorn OS. I think that's the only one we have here for Zorn. Zorn OS 12.3. So thank you. Mr. Corp, you went with Linux Lite. And then AGC D1 Sciple, I think it is. SC1PLE, you went with Arch. Nur, you went with Linux Mint. You voted for Mint, but you can't ignore Ubuntu either. You'd love to move to a KDE distro, Kubuntu, and I would suggest KDE Neon. But at the end of the day, for your work needs, you find Mint 18.3 Cinnamon and Ubuntu 16.04 to be the most stable. So they're practical for you, and your main issue with KDE is its file manager. It's so uncomfortable. Wow, I have never heard that, Nur. I think Dolphin is by hands down the best. Jason Blades, you went with Linux Mint. Currently, the only experience you have with Linux as an OS on a desktop, you fully intend to check out some other distros in the future. Definitely do. We've got so many good distros out there. So, Jason, let us know what else you try. Walt Frampus Fry, you went with Manjaro. You've been using Manjaro XFCE for 3 months now, and it just works. And you're using the beta version. You're a brave man, Walt. You love the way it looks and runs. So thanks for your vote. Retrainer, you went with Solus Budgie, so another Solus Budgie vote. Degenerate Production. My goodness, what an avatar there. You need some dental work, I'm sorry. But that's a great avatar. If that's, well, anyway, I'll move on here. You enjoy your stay in Solus. So thank you very much, Degenerate Production. Eric 40, you went with Manjaro. You like Archbase in general because of the repos. Manjaro specifically for the community, though. You're a KDE user too, so KDE Neon is also a must. Yes, Neon has been polished and very stable as of late, so it's difficult to choose another. All right, has that got us back up to the top? No, I don't think so, not yet. So, Vicus Barthwall, you've got Linux Mint. You love Linux Mint, but they discontinued support for KDE. Yep, so you switched to Kubuntu. Cigar, you went to Solus Budgie, so another one there. And here's another one for Peppermint OS 9, Randy Blankenship. Thank you very much for your vote. Joe, you went with Ubuntu Mate. And Ross Schneider, MX Linux Bay. Okay, so we are back. We've covered it. We've got them all now. Maybe we double covered some, but anyway, we got through all 100 and, let's see, 100 and, what are we now? Got to hide it, 132 comments. So that was it, folks. That was your comments. That was the vote. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you for all of your comments. I think that's the most comments I've ever had on anything, be it video or whatever. So obviously this is fun for you as well, and I think we'll continue to do this. If you've got some ideas about what you would like to see a poll on next, just hop in, message. You can message here within this, or you can message on within any of the poll videos that I've posted, and I'll see them. But just keep in mind that we're limited to 5 different options there. So it would be one of those things you just need to think about if it could be limited somewhat to where we could get better metrics. All right, well, we've gone on a long time here, so we're going to wrap it up. As always, thanks for watching.